Hey buddy, it's Aaronator here, and we got our 12th episode of our Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode here on the PS4, guys. In the last episode, we went and finished up the Year 2 season with your Columbus Blue Jackets, and unfortunately, we did not make the playoffs. We missed the playoffs by not too much. It was pretty close. Let me just go show you guys here. Yeah, we did have more, like we were quite a bit above 500. We had 6 games or so. If you saw our record there, and Eastern Conference, you look, we were quite a few points out. We would have realistically needed to, because New Jersey was in the well, no, they were in our division, but the other division was really stacked. And if you look at our division right here, the not the Atlantic, sorry, the Metropolitan, we would have had to come up and beat New Jersey because Atlantic that year was really stacked. So the unfortunate thing was we were not able to come that high. So if you look at right now where we are, we did not win the lottery. We did not quite have a high enough percentage to win a top 3 pick, but we still do have a probably near 12th overall. I think that was what it was last time. I ended up looking at the comments, and I think that's what you guys are mentioning. So it's going to be around 12th overall. Some of you guys are telling me to trade the pick because we don't need any more young players, prospects, which I somewhat disagree with. Another young guy wouldn't hurt us too much. But year 2 draft isn't always going to be that great. So if we can move up, like some of you were suggesting, I think that could definitely be a possibility. But we're just going to go straight into the draft. I have done tons of pre-scouting. I looked at which teams were at the bottom of the league, which teams were listed as rebuilding. And there's a couple forwards I've looked at, but nothing that really I think makes sense for us. I wanted to sign a guy with just a bit of term, like not a guy we just have to immediately sign, because in the end, no matter what, if we want to add a forward, we're gonna add onto a forward core that we already have to sign a bunch of players. So I have a feeling you guys don't want me to just get rid of guys for nothing, but I mean, we're gonna have to. We might want to do that if we want to get a different forward here. So we're gonna look at it. We're going to see who's available. There's a couple defensemen, and then there's Levin and Svechnikov. So you know what? I've actually never drafted Levin in this game, but that would definitely be a guy I'd be interested in. Joe Veleno, top line center, I definitely, that'd be okay. I'd definitely be okay with that. I think he's pretty much NHL ready. I think that's what I made his overall, somewhere in the 80s or low 80s maybe. But if we look at where we're going to be, if we're somewhere outside of the top 10, you guys were saying like we're only going to see top 6 forwards, and that's right, because most of these guys, I did upgrade tons of potential guys, like you may have not noticed. Riley Sutter, maybe in some of your GM modes he's not that high, but because he is one of the young players that was listed for that was doing very successful, I boosted up his potential. I boosted up quite a few more. So no one really here is like, there's a couple. I mean, Gravel's a high starter, but we don't really need that. There's a couple of high top 9s in here. There's nothing really amazing here. So what I think I will do is you know what, because I am actually really intrigued right now, I am sort of interested in going after either Svechnikov, which actually I made very good in this game, or David Levin. So we're going to see. That would be a top 5 pick. So let's look for Western Conference team. I think LA, would they want to give up the first overall pick? They do want to give up their first overall pick. We're going to check a couple teams, preferably Western Conference. I'm not going to trade with Washington. Minnesota wants to give up their draft pick. Calgary, do they want to give up their draft pick? They do want to give up their draft pick. That's interesting. There's quite a few teams that want to give up their draft pick. I think Minnesota makes quite a bit of sense because they finished near the bottom of the league, and honestly, I still see them needing a draft pick afterwards, so moving up would probably make a lot of sense for us. So let's see, we could throw in the first. I'm not going to make this trade until I know that he drops to 3rd, because I don't think I want to take a top 2 pick. I don't think that makes too much sense. Although LA's pick is available, we'll have to see who is a possibility. We would be trading a 12th overall pick, but then we'd have to trade someone of very significant value. Some of you guys maybe want me to trade Wenberg, but honestly, I think it's too early to give up on him. We signed him long term. I like his defensive stats. If he does turn out to play better for us in the future, then that's a great contract to have a good second line center at. So we're going to see what happens. but we do have quite a few options here. Everly's an special option. He got 20 goals for us last year, which is, I mean, is consistent for him. But he's still, I mean, he's only a -3. You know what? I do kind of want to keep Everly. It's just, I wish I could move like Mark Stone, but I can't do that because he's 1 year left. So we are going to have a problem because there's not many guys that we can actually move. Or we can move a goalie, but we'd have to move Bobrovsky, which they don't want. So we're kind of in a bind here. That's wish. I wish you could trade RFAs. If it was guys with 1 year left that were RFAs, I wish you could do that. It's just so dumb that you can't trade a guy with 1 year left. Like if a team, especially if a team has cap space. Like it doesn't matter if it's like Sidney Crosby with 1 year left for a 7th round pick. You can't make that trade go through because it's just like, oh, we don't want to risk a 7th round pick for the voting. Or sorry, not what am I saying? Voting rights. The ownership rights of signing a contract with Crosby, or at least having the option to sign him. That just for example, hopefully you guys are understanding what I mean. But I mean, there's not. Everyone's on a 1 year deal. That's what really bugs me right now. I wouldn't mind trading. We can't trade anyone because young guys, prospects, all that stuff. It's just no one's. And all the guys that are signed long term are the guys that I either don't want to give up on yet, or just I don't want to trade them away. Like Martin Hansel had a great season for us last year, so I don't want to move him straight away. Jordan Eberle, forward, his cap. That's a tough call. That's really a tough call. I can't make any trades right now. I guess we're gonna have to give up a third. We can give up a third. We will probably have to give up ours, and then is there any prospects that we can give up? Because I mean, Minnesota did finish pretty low, so they probably want an Eberle. I think I have to trade them Eberle guys, and then give them a guy like Gibbons or Stenlund, someone in the AHL. Because no one ever wants the AHL guys that are already ready for some reason, which doesn't make too much sense for me. I wouldn't mind giving up Stenlund. He could have a really good defensive awareness, though. Estefan, let's see, Motry, he has 1 year left, doesn't he? Yeah, so we can't trade him. We can just give out one of these guys, Chaitil. And is there any roster players that are signed for a couple next years? Sherwood, two-way forward. I'd be more interested in giving up Sherwood. Yeah, there you go. So a bunch of prospects in Eberle to move up. Get David Levin. Now, does this make sense? I'm gonna look. Does this make sense for us at all? Forwards, it does make sense for them, although they do have to sign Niederreiter. I wouldn't mind take. You know what? That actually is a good idea. We can trade for Niederreiter in this trade, and add an extra guy just in case. The possibility to sign him, because he could definitely help us out, and that way we won't lose as much for Eberle. So you know what? I think I might try this. Hopefully this goes through. It might not work with Niederreiter, but it's worth a shot. Trading Jordan Eberle and a first to get David Levin. Honestly, I think moving up in the draft is going to help us a lot if David Levin is good enough. Within a year or two, this could really help out our team. So do I want to make this trade? You know what? I'm going to make this trade. I'm going to see if Minnesota accepts it. So Eberle, some more assets and a first in exchange to move up to the 3rd overall pick, and then Niederreiter. Will it go through? And look at that, trade accepted. I'm happy to expect. I am happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Minnesota Wild, and we consider it a done deal. So that's it. We got ourselves the 3rd overall pick. You guys can let me know. Yeah, it was honestly, I do think we won that trade. But oh my gosh, I even forgot. Shoot, I hope Levin doesn't go. I really hope Levin doesn't go. No matter what, we're either getting Veleno, Svechnikov, or Levin. But I really hope that they take the defenseman here. Take the defenseman, please. Okay, good. Merkley goes to LA. And please, 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 please. Yes, okay. So Veleno goes to Washington. Yes, we are going to get David Levin. That is awesome. I completely forgot to go sim their picks. I'm so glad this was able to go through. And now David Levin. I'm not going to go with Svechnikov, because we're actually more bolstered at the right side. And David Levin, I'm pretty sure, is elite potential. I think I made Svechnikov high, top 6. We could go for Dahlin, but we already have Werenski. So we're going to go with Levin and see if he can become a top guy for us. And look at that. David Levin comes to Columbus, Calgary, they're probably going to get their defenseman in Dolan. No, they're going to take Svechnikov, another forward, to go with Patrick, Bennett, Monahan, Gaudreau, and Tetchuk. So, okay, that makes sense. Detroit, are they going to get their Swedish defenseman? Look at that, Dolan. Canucks, who are they going to get? Addison. Okay, there you go. We can keep simming to the next pick. I wasn't planning to make too much happen in this video because we need to figure out which forwards we want to sign. I may just let some guys like Stone go to free agency. Unless we can get him for a really good deal, I might just let him go to free agency to see what our options are, and then we can still re-sign him afterwards. Because, yeah, I mean, realistically, UFAs technically aren't in real life supposed to be signed until, like, later on, right? So, now, wait, is this Kruger guy, 17 years old, stand up. I was just thinking maybe I would want to go for him because usually a guy like Kruger isn't always the best option. Just because a medium AHL starter, I don't like that potential. I'm just gonna look because realistically we could end up having to trade a goalie in a couple years here. But if we could get Andropov with that pick, that's a second, third round pick though. I'd be more comfortable with Andropov. But I'm actually interested in Stuart Vegetti, 19 years old, because you look at those offensive stats, putt skills, senses, and shooting on the left side there, right below his age and shoots-handedness and stuff. They're all really high, and I think that would indicate what his potential to be in that category is, and I'd love to get an offensive player like him. So, is there an option? I'm just going to see what other draft picks we do have, because I wouldn't mind trading up to get a pick there. Montreal has that pick. Is there any Western Conference teams that I could trade to? St. Louis. I was thinking of going after Robbie Fabry because he was kind of unhappy, but that never actually happened. St. Louis. Do we have any assets we can trade to move up? Because I actually wouldn't mind going after that draft pick. Let's see. Do they want a third? Yes, they do want a third. And then we can trade a skater's match in the block. Is there anybody available? Because I would like to get that goalie. I'm just going to see. Anderson? Yeah, we can trade Anderson. Just an extra roster spot. And I think he's unhappy. And fourth line forward. He comes in. He doesn't play that great. I really don't think he's really going to be much for us because defensively he's not that great. He's just really more of a physical player like David Clarkson was for us. So you know what? I'm going to trade Josh Anderson and a third to move up to a second round pick. I hope this goes through. We'll see if it does. And nope, not quite. So we might have to trade in a couple extra assets in the background here quickly. Korpisalo. We could trade Bobrovsky. I was looking at trading Bobrovsky to a couple different teams, possibly, but I just thought, you know what, he's 29 right now, probably going to be 30. So actually, if you guys didn't see that, which I just noticed right here, David Levin, 76 overall. You can look at his stats if you want. There you go. So yeah, he has quite good offensive stats, and he could probably come in maybe next year, more likely the year after. So I'm okay with that. Because we do have a couple forwards we still have to sign. So hopefully Stone, if we do re-sign Stone, which I'm planning to, then hopefully he'll fit in well with us. We have a lot of defensemen here, so let's give St. Louis a defenseman. Let's give them Neil. Who's stat? Yeah, I like Neil's stats a bit less. He just has more of a hard shot, fast skater. Veno's kind of interesting. Let's see. Can we get Neil in there to make that trade go through? And there you go. No-brainer. There you go. Got it to go through. So we're going to make this pick, and we're going to, with 34 seconds left, I'm glad I didn't forget about that. Let's see. Who do we got? Yeah, Vegetti. I'm going to go after Vegetti. Hopefully Kruger isn't better. I just like the potential of low backup more than AHL starter, which I think is a better option. Vegetti, I was hoping that he might be a bit better. That's okay. Let's see. What is Kruger going to be? He actually could drop all the way, but I don't think he will. Goalie, Kruger. Wow, is he seriously going to drop? Okay, medium starter for Kruger. Hopefully we made the right decision there. Honestly, for going after the other goalie, I mean. We'll see what happens. We can also look at the other goalie's age and such, because I think there was a couple of goalies that were supposed to go around that. Nope, not rest of world. Not rest of world. We're going to go for the Ukrainian guy. Yeah, Hallinan I know is fringe starter. I've seen him in this game before. He usually goes in year one draft. Boris Andropov or Warren Boulton, who's actually bigger and older. So he could actually be a higher overall. Low backup. I think Andropov, if I'm looking at this right, he might be low starter. Maybe medium starter. We could take a chance on the butterfly, though. You know what? Warren Boulton, 6'3", 6'1". You know what? I'm going to go for the bigger goalie, older goalie. Hopefully this is not the bad move. Please be medium starter or something. There you go, medium starter. So no matter what, it wasn't a loss. Too bad. Hopefully the other guy isn't that great, like low elite or something like that. Because I wouldn't mind taking... I probably would have rather had a low elite, a bit of a riskier goalie to take a chance on. This usually sims a bit quicker. Let's go. And okay, so the goalie still wasn't taken. I really want to see what that other goalie was at. I'm not going to go and draft him with the other pick. So Andropov was medium start as well. So it's okay. We could have got the younger goalie, but hopefully the other guy, was it Warren Borden? Was it Borden? I don't even remember. I can't remember that already. I'm sorry, bud. Younger guy. Probably can take a younger guy here because that way we can take some time to develop him. But I mean, at this point, I don't think it matters. In year 2 draft, like you guys, probably most of you guys know, it's not a great draft. Am I reading this right? I think this guy could be a top 6 defenseman. I think medium, HL, high 7th. Yeah, I think he could be a top 6. More so low top 6, but I'm gonna go with Korolev. Dmitry Korolev from Estonia. Let's see, how does that work out? And he's a low 7th defenseman, so not really a good pick. But there's not really much else around in here. So, you know what I might do? I think 5th round, we'll see who's around. If not, maybe we'll just make a pick. We might just simulate the rest of the draft after this one. Or even simulate this pick. Nielsen, Ian Blacker... Jonathan Smart. I saw him. Yo, no, not Jeremy Goodwin. Jonathan Smart. Yeah, I might have to go after him. He's usually AHL defenseman, though. AHL top 2. No. AHL top 6. Is there any lows? Because I think if we go for the low AHL bottom 6, we might be able to find. Conacher might be a 7th defenseman, undrafted, 18 years old. That actually looks interesting. Jared Conacher. I think I'm going to take a gamble on him. Let's see how this goes. Conacher, and he's low 70. So we got a 7th defenseman. We're going to sim the rest of the draft because there's not going to be much else. There you go. We made our picks. Who else do we draft? Paradis and Rizma. So that's the draft. We moved up to get David Levin. We traded away Jordan Eberle, which I'm sort of mad about. I kind of wanted to give him a bit more of a chance. But, I mean, moving him out will probably move out a defensive liability. Sedlak, let's see, Cole Sherwood away. I think the trade will make his a better team. I need you to understand that, bud. Firm approach, his morale improves, so that's good. Helped him out by being demanding with him, even though he's probably not going to be on our team anymore. Sedlak, I don't know. He might play in the AHL. We'll see what happens, where our team's at. So hopefully we can get the re-sign stage done. Because it's only 20 minutes and we're not going to do the free agency in this video, I might just show you guys most of this. Corbisalo, he wants 4 years at 4 mil, 8 long term at 5 mil. So this could be interesting. So let's qualify him. Let's see. Merzlikins, no matter what, is a 3rd goalie. That could be an interesting guy. Vivillane is probably going to get pretty better. Boulton's 87, 67. We're in Boulton, so that's not a bad pick. Josh Eminger as well. We got him last year. Ryan Murray. So let me qualify all the main guys that we want to get assets for. We have a lot of young defensemen, so we could probably trade one of these guys. I'm just going to qualify them all because I can. Fane, I'm going to let go of because we don't need him. Stanton as a on a two-way contract. That's actually not a bad idea. I'll sign him. And then Dalton Proud, he's unhappy. I'll let go of him. Plus, we have lots of other defensive defensemen. John Ramage, we're going to let go of him. He's just an extra defenseman there. We could actually sign a couple of these guys and put them in the AHL, depending on what they want. Calvert, he wants a two-way deal. So you know what? He is unhappy, but I would definitely not mind signing him for another year. Sure, we'll take that. Williams, I actually noticed Williams' morale, along with him being 36 years old. He did have a solid season, but he's negative morale with all the younger guys, mainly. So we're going to let go of him. Well, yeah, we have a lot of forwards. We're going to let go of him. So Niederreiter, I'm interested to see. He already dropped down to a third line forward, so I'm wondering what's happening there. He looks like he's actually just going to be a bust, so maybe I'll qualify him or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We might give him a contract. Bjorkstrand. Oh yeah, I like that. He's looking in north of 5 million. Honestly, Mark Stone, if we can get him down for not 3 years, but like get him down to 4.5, that's going to be a solid deal. Atkinson, 2 years at 5.5. You know what? We could sign him longer term, but 2 years, I'm okay with doing that. We'll see. We'll look into that a bit more. I can qualify most of these guys. Motry, yeah, sure, 2 years. He's a fourth line guy. He'll replace basically the Anderson. Gibbons, he's one of our younger guys. He can come into the AHL next season. Levin, let's give him his contract. There you go. Max two-way deal. Hakkinen, 2-way deal, 25 years old. We need some players to play in the AHL, so why the heck not? Just for morale purposes as well. Sonny Milano, he wants, I like that. I like it. He wants $4 million for 8 years. And then Jenner, if you look at 8 years, he actually wants $7 million. So Jenner definitely could grow. So that's really good. We're going to qualify all these guys. I don't think this, no matter what, contracts 26. I don't actually remember how that works. I might not qualify Niederreiter because we don't. We'll see. We'll see how he fits. Centers, Carlson, qualify him. I mean, we might as well just qualify all the guys that we. Because then if they accept qualifying offers, doesn't harm it. We have lots of centers, so Sedlak can go. Jovanovski's 2069 overall. We can play him in the AHL for next year. Thurkov, not that great, so we'll just let him go. Right wings, and yeah, that should be good. Defense. Okay, so we should go with our UFAs first. We should focus on them, mainly noting Cam Atkinson. So. Because he's one of our top goal scorers and one of our top players. 60 points, 20 goal scorers, so 25 goal scorer maybe. So realistically, a 2-year contract is probably, I mean, we could sign him longer, but if we sign him for 2 years, we might be able to get him for an even cheaper deal, which would be awesome. Like if we go for 2 years, that could be $5 million, but if we go for like 6 years probably to get $5 million, like this probably wouldn't work for $5 million. I mean, we could try for $5 million. I kind of want to get him at $5 million because that's a really good deal. Actually, any of these is a good deal. So if we can sign him, he can play top line minutes. 2 years, and then I'm not going 8 years. 7 years, 6 years. I might have to go 6 years to get him on a good deal. 5 years. Atkinson with the medium elite or the exact elite potential. You know what? Just 2 years I think is good, because this way will be a bit better. I think $5 million is fair. See how that works out. Can we sign Bjorkstrand right now? 2 years. Oh, he's not even a third line scorer. He probably is. It's just I don't know. Jenner, all these guys. Milano, just because we haven't played him that much, I don't really feel like giving him a bigger contract, so we will just give him a 2-way deal. Cap space, we have tons of cap space though, which is nice. That helps. Carlson, what does he want? It looks like he's just going to be a depth forward for the rest of his life. 1-year contract. I'm going to accept him for a 1-year contract. Just because he's probably going to be a fourth line center for us. Even that, I might actually just rather play him in the AHL and then bring up someone else. But we'll look at that later. Jenner's 25. Yeah, I think 2 years is what we're going to have to do, or something longer-ish term. I wish we could sign him for $5 million. Yeah, we're going to try that. $5 million for 3 years. We'll see if that works. We're going to try and get these guys for decently long terms. Then by the time that's up, maybe guys like, what's his face? Levin will be ready, and then we'll see where we are at that. Let's see, we can get a good deal for Stone. 4.45 for 3 years. We'll see if that goes through. See if that works. 1 year, 2 years for Cap. We'll look at that in a bit because we can go 1 year with him. Niederreiter, I'm not going to look at him until after we sign some guys. Murray, he's going to be one of our long-term defensemen. He wants a pretty good deal. 8 years, he's looking more for $5 million. If you give him 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, 4... realistically, if you give him 3 years, you can give him 3.5. But if you get another year just for a bit more money, he plays on your top 4 even longer. But one of these guys could surpass him. Netavara could surpass him, but I guess we could always trade him. So I'd rather go 4 years. We'll see how that works for him. And then, yeah, that should be good. 3.65. We can get him for 4 years. That'd be nice. Netavara yeah, see, 8 years he wants around 4 mil. 2 years, so we can get him for a good deal for a good deal for 2 years. 1.75 for 2 years. Harrington, he wants 2.3. I'm gonna look for what they want after 8 years, because Harrington actually, yeah, Harrington wants quite a bit. Phone, stop, please. Okay, there you go, it stopped. Okay, so yeah, let's advance a day. It's been, I want to show you that, guys, because it's kind of a big thing. There's a lot of guys we have to sign, and I mean the video was going to be pretty short aside from that. So Calvert just literally doesn't want to play on the team anymore. So you know what, I respect that. I will let him have his wish and go to free agency. Ryan Murray, that's a good contract. There you go. Jenner and Atkinson. Stone, wow. So we got all of them on really good deals. So that's really nice. Not long term, but very good deals, cap-friendly deals. So, $12 million left. They've looked at some guys. There could be a Kyle Turris or a John Tavares there, and that's what I was kind of hoping for. So now, actually, when I look at it, we may not be able to sign some guys. So Bjorkstrand, I'm going to sign him for a 1-year deal. That way we can get him for a cheap contract. So let's see, 95.95. Niederreiter. Calvert will get his wish. Defensemen, goalies. We may just trade Korpisalo. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go into free agency with all these RFAs qualified. If they accept qualifying offers or something, which I think are like 2-way deals, then that will be good. But if not, then we can possibly either trade them or just like get assets for them if teams come at us to try and sign one of them. But let's see, advanced day. Netavara we didn't sign, but I'm okay with that. We actually won't have enough cap. We might not have enough cap if John Tavares is available. But honestly, guys, I've been thinking about it, and if John Tavares is available, I'm going all in on him. I want John Tavares. That would be such an awesome thing to get a top-line center for this team, because I think that's why we struggle so much. Like, John Tavares would fit in would be a top-line center for us, and he'd be able to score goals. Kyle Turris would also be nice, because no matter what, I think we need a top-line center in Wenberg and whoever else, Dubois or Heischer. Heischer's not ready, and I don't think any of those other guys would necessarily be fit for it. So, yeah, that's basically the mindset. So if one of these guys is available, then we will go after them. Possibly. I'm not going to actually do free agency, but I'm really hoping that someone is available, so then you guys can pipe in and let us know who we need to trade to move out cap space or something. And really, no one's available. There's Brian Little. Brian Little. Come on. So that means... Oh, that sucks. I was really hoping for Tavares to come. I was really hoping for that. But you know what? That actually probably works better for morale-wise, because, I mean, I don't know. Just team-wise, we would have had to pay him a lot of money anyways, so... I think we will be okay. Defenseman, yeah. So, I mean, with this, now we can actually probably just sign the rest of our guys. Niemelainen we can actually sign as well. I thought I'd let you guys know. Vlasic's available, but we don't need Vlasic. We could have two top 2 defensemen, but, I mean, again, guys, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think we can just sign. We're good with defense. We got Murray. If we want to flip and go and get Vlasic, then we'll be OP. But you know what? Cap reasons, we're probably not going to need to sign him. Plus, because he wants a long-term deal, at least he will want a long-term deal, and we'll have to give him one if we want him to fit within the cap. Then by the time it's over, he won't be really that great. So, because of his age. So, not really too many big names out there. That's kind of unfortunate. I was really, really hoping to get a guy, and I'm not doing a sign and trade for you guys that are thinking about that. Grabner would be a very nice pickup, guys. Yeah, for a smaller term deal, he could play on our third line and maybe even get power play time, and we could sign him to a 2 or 3 year deal just to get some offense in there. I think that could be a potential asset. Marcia Show, he has good offensive stats. We could look at him. If we want more penalty kill guys, we got Winnick. Maroon isn't awful. Bozak, but we got enough centers right now, so we should be okay. Larson, Kennedy. Okay, so there's some guys available. But I'm gonna quickly that is gonna be the end of the episode, guys. I am gonna quickly show you guys what Tavares was, because that's actually something that we can really look at, because I mean we could have had him. So let's see what they actually offered him, because he must have gone to the Islanders. Yeah, he is an Islander. 8.4. Yeah, insane stats. 6 years, 8.5 basically. 8.43. So wow, that's a big deal. That kind of sucks. I was really hoping, but you know what? We're gonna have to deal with it. He's not ours, so that's that. Is there anything else? We can look at Kyle Turris and see what he got for his money's worth, because that's actually an interesting name. And then, do I even remember who the top picks were? There was LA and such. I think another team. Maybe you guys want to check out the top guys. Turris took a Turris took a really team-friendly deal. A first-line center, 6 years at 5.5, 5.6. Even real life, I mean, that's a great deal for him. So they're gonna have to sign Erik Karlsson next year. Holy crap! Imagine they won't be able to do that. Broussard, no, they'll just let go of Broussard. It'll be okay. And Mathot, they'll have some guys to let go just so they can get him to sign his contract. LA had one of the picks, so I'll show you guys who they drafted. Ryan Merkley, 73 overall. So I mean, it looks like we even beat this team right here, LA, on getting a top pick. We can actually look and see at guys like Nolan Patrick. You guys are probably interested in that. I'm not sure if I showed you him, but 88 overall. So we missed out on the top line guy, at least for right now. But I mean, we won't know for a fact till for a while, till what's his face? He sure gets better. So it'll be interesting to see how he develops. Looking for some of the top guys. McDonald's a pretty good prospect. Busby. Who else? Levin is ours. Any elites? Yeah, Dahlin. Detroit got Dahlin. So he actually was a lot better. I knew he was going to be very good, but we don't need a defenseman, so it's okay. Edmonton, who else got a top pick? They got Wallstrom back there. Minnesota, we traded with them. We can see who they got with their pick. I'm going to guess Coxhead. They got Andrew Coxhead. There you go. Kowalski. Who else? Who else got those picks? I'm trying to think. Islanders? Was it the Islanders? No, it wasn't. Rangers. Philly. Who got it? Was it Vancouver? No, it was Washington, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Washington. What the heck? Who got the second overall pick? I'm trying to think. Who went second overall? It was Joe Veleno. Joe Veleno went to Washington, didn't he? Yeah. Main roster. Okay, so he's just on their main roster. That makes more sense. 78 overall. Yeah, so he's a stud center as well. So nice to see. Kuznetsov, one of the guys I was looking at, guys, but long-term deal, and he came off not a great season, so I'm not sure that would really help our team out. So that was just something I thought I'd show you guys as well. So anyways, very long episode. I thought I'd extend to you guys just because, and like show you guys everything, all the signings, and when I was going through trades, not to cut anything out, because it takes a bit of time to cut stuff out and remember that sometimes, because sometimes I can't just edit it straight away. Like today I have to go pretty quick here after I'm done recording, but thought I'd let you guys know that. So a longer video for you guys, even though there wasn't much done. But you guys can let me know what you think, what guys we should sign and such, and who fits on our team. And let me know what you think about what our moves at the draft, moving up to get David Levin. Was he the right selection? And then trading Eberle, and who else we should sign. Should we trade Niederreiter, and which defenseman should we keep? And give me line changes or lines if you want, because in the next episode we will finish up free agency and we will be starting the year 3 season with your Columbus Blue Jackets. So hopefully we'll be able to make the playoffs next season, but and we won't know until we see what happens. It'll be interesting to see which guys grow, if Levin will be NHL ready and such like that. But yeah, again, that'll all happen in the next one. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.